If you've been told that your labs are normal, but deep down you know you don't feel normal, you're tired all the time, your sleep is off, your hair might be thinning, your weight isn't responding the way it used to, and you've been told everything looks fine, I need you to hear me when I say this. Normal does not mean optimal, and more importantly, normal does not mean it's healthy for you. Because what I see every single day in my practice is people who have been told they're fine when their body is very clearly telling them otherwise. Let me explain what's actually happening. So in traditional medicine, lab ranges are based on what's considered statistically normal across a population. That means your results are being compared to a group of people that includes individuals who are chronically stressed, not sleeping well, metabolically unhealthy, inflamed, and in many cases already developing disease. So if you fall anywhere inside that wide range, you get told you're normal. But here's the problem with that. You don't want to be compared to a population that is already struggling. You want to be functioning at your best. So what ends up happening in this cycle, you go to your provider, you explain your symptoms, they run basic labs, and then you're told everything looks good. And now you're sitting there thinking, okay, but I don't feel good. I had a patient recently, and this is a story I see over and over again. She came to me exhausted, not just regular tired, but that deep, dragging fatigue where you wake up tired, you push through the day, and by the time you sit down, you're like completely wiped out. She told me she had had labs done. They told her everything was normal, but she just didn't feel like herself anymore. She was also noticing that her hair was thinning, she wasn't sleeping well, her motivation was low, and she started questioning herself, like maybe it was just because she was aging or because of stress or something she just had to live with. When we actually looked deeper at her labs, her ferritin was technically normal, but it was in the 20s. And for her body, that just wasn't enough. Once we recognized that and started to treat it, her energy improved, her hair thinning slowed down, she started feeling like herself again. And that's the disconnect, because on paper she was fine, but in real life she really was not. Your symptoms are not random, your body is not confused, your body is communicating. We just have to know how to listen. So let's talk about a few of the most common things that get missed when people are told their labs are normal. The first one is ferritin. Ferritin is your stored iron, and many labs will say anything above, for example, 15 or 20 is normal. But in reality, a lot of people start experiencing symptoms when their ferritin is below 50, sometimes even below 70. So what does that look like? That can be fatigue, the hair shedding or thinning, feeling cold, having brain fog, decreased endurance, and again, you're being told you're normal. The second thing that gets overlooked is your thyroid function, and not just your TSH, but your full thyroid picture. Because I can't tell you how many people I see who have been told their thyroid is fine and nobody has looked deeper. Another patient I worked with came to me frustrated with her weight. She said she had been doing everything right. She was eating better. She was trying to move more, but nothing was changing. And on top of that, she was dealing with brain fog. She also had low mood, and just the way she explained it was that she just felt off. She had been told her thyroid was normal, but when we looked deeper, we saw patterns that had been missed. And when we started addressing that, her energy improved, her clarity improved, and her body actually started responding again. And that's the part that people don't talk about enough, because when your body is supported properly, it actually responds. So now let's talk about vitamin D. Now, most lab ranges will say something like 30 is normal, but optimal is closer to 50 or 80. So someone sitting at 32 is told they're fine, but they still may be symptomatic, saying they're tired, low mood, low energy, and we have to get that optimized. Now, one of the biggest drivers on how you feel day to day is insulin, because insulin can be elevated years before your glucose ever is abnormal. When your insulin is elevated, you might experience weight that won't budge, cravings, sugar cravings, energy crashes, brain fog, and yet this often isn't even checked. Another thing is inflammation. Your body can be in a low-grade inflammatory state for a long time before anything major shows up. And during that time, you just don't feel like yourself. You feel inflamed sometimes. So you have to understand that your symptoms are data. Your body is giving you information, and we only are looking at whether something falls in the normal range, and you're missing the bigger picture when that's done. So I do things different. I don't guess. I don't stop at normal. I look at patterns. I look at how everything connects, and I ask, what is optimal for this person? It's individualized, because like the patient I told you earlier, the one with fatigue and hair loss, she didn't need to be told she was normal. She needed someone who actually listened to her and looked deeper. And if you've been feeling like something is off, but you haven't been able to get any clear answers, I just want you to know that you're not crazy, you're not overthinking it, and you're definitely not alone. You've just been looking at your health through a system that wasn't designed to catch things early. The good news is that once you actually identify what's going on, you can change it, you can feel better, you can get your energy back, and that's exactly why I created my hormone and metabolic clarity lab panel, because I got tired of seeing people fall through the cracks of what's just normal. My panel looks deeper, it connects the dots, and it helps you understand what your body is actually trying to tell you. So if this resonates with you, if you've been told everything is fine, but you know you don't feel fine, I want you to take the next step. I want you to click the link in my bio, and you can schedule a free clarity call. Or you can click the link where you can order the lab panel. With the clarity call, we'll talk through everything that's going on with you and help you figure out the next best step, because you deserve more than just being told that everything is normal. You deserve to feel well.